Hi there, this is Janet Gershon-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent author. The independent author is defined as being an author who does not yet have an agent. This month I'm doing daily prompts for NaNoWriMo. The prompts are in all sorts of orders, so please feel free to shuffle the deck if you like. Today's prompt is a question, actually, and it's the question, who do we blame for this? Now, I think you can kind of break down this interrogative, this question, by its elements. So first is implied behind this. There's some sort of a problem, and it might be a very large one, such as, oh my God, we were terrible contractors, and we messed up the maintenance of the bridge, and the bridge has fallen, and people have died. Or maybe it's a small problem. Maybe it's somebody stole a cookie out of a cookie jar, quite literally. Maybe it's an accident. You're driving along and you clip, your fender clips another one. Or maybe it's a deliberate act. Maybe it's even a crime. So let's break this down. First is who. So there's a question of people, one person or persons, and that's got to give you an idea that there's some other group, there's some otherness there. And then the question of we. So there are at least two actors here. There's some sort of group, team, clan, whatever you want to call them, that together is trying to sort of weasel out of responsibility. And of course, the remainder, blame, as opposed to who do we pin this on. Blame is a really loaded word. Let's flip this script a little bit. It's very hard to keep this from being negative. It really should be negative, I would say. There's a connotation of scapegoating here. Is this maybe even prejudice? Are we trying to blame not just a person we don't like, or are we trying to blame, say, a race of people who we don't like? Is it a religion that we're trying to pin everything on, or national origin, or a sexuality, or a gender? Are any of those things coming into play where our prejudice is where we're trying to justify our prejudice and take our negative act, whatever it is, whether it's an accident or a deliberate one, and flipping it so that our negative act not only is blame deflected away from us, so we come out smelling like a rose, but that we deflect the blame onto this group of at least two people, or at least one person certainly, who we want to make look bad. And so the intentions of the speaker are absolutely to just weasel out of things, to get off scot-free, or at least as scot-free as possible. And it also implies a legal piece of this, that there's a question of perjury. When I studied criminal law, there was we were told about what was called the SODI defense, SODDI, which stands for some other dude did it. And if you're telling the truth, well, yeah, I mean, that's a very good defense. Certainly it wasn't me. But if you're blaming somebody who isn't to blame, then, of course, it slides rather neatly into this kind of weaselly prompt. And also the wrongful accusations. If you ever read the play, I think it's Ibsen, called An Enemy of the People. If you haven't, I urge you to check it out. It's very heavy on blame for someone who is absolutely innocent. And of course, the works of Kafka also work in this area. Finally, once again, this is Janet Gershon-Siegel, the Lonely Writer, because an independent writer never has to be alone. Thank you for listening, and good luck with NaNoWriMo.